Hello guys, the final part of track review for ZSL Gravity, and this is open to interpretation. It was a really interesting track. I have a lot of bounds and what I enjoy is guidelines. You understand where you need to go, so it's just a matter of skill and not like guessing of the road. For my personal opinion, it's a pretty long track. I know that for ZSL your track should be less than, let's call 90 seconds for after time, but my personal preference is around 40 seconds. Depends on complexity of the track, because basically if your time is like minute and a half, you have like 4 or 5 attempts to finish this track, and that's it. I'd rather have more attempt in short track, even if it's not really hard, because anything can go wrong. You can like bounce, unity bounce and other stuff, so problematic stuff. But anyway, not really hard track. I would say medium easy, medium rare, and there is no really complex part. It's just doable. Rockie orbit. Well, so people call this a really RNG track, and I agree with them because there are a lot of bounds. There are unity bounds. It's short, but I can't say that it's really skillful track. So it's a matter of skill. It's more a matter of your luck. Even if you take the same trajectory over and over, you will have different results, especially on such bumpy track. Rolling faster. Well, this is an interesting idea, and honestly I have a lot of problem with this part where you need to jump on a high and landing. I spent some time and someone from the lobby gave me a clue how to do it. Basically, you need to press brake to stop your rotation in the air, and that's help you to climb there. After this part, it's not really hard track. You're always enough speed to do all this jump, all this transition, and the only problem is jump to the finish, which could be problematic if you have less speed or you won't be so precise, and then you just fly over. Tilted Canyon, long but fast track, nice scenery, couple interesting ideas, especially the jump into the air. I believe you can gain like couple tenths, hundreds of seconds, like pressing arms up or braking, depending on your skill and your way how you went down. Another way how you can manage your skillful is do the loop or just do the wall ride. I don't know which is better or which is faster, because I'm so inconsistent on such type of tracks, so I'm just lucky that I finished this. One small blind corner and into the finish, so I would say it's a medium hard track, and I have mixed feeling about it. I can't say that I like it or not. Mountain in the grass. Well, as I said earlier in other videos, ice and grass are not my favorite surfaces because it's different grip and you need to control your soapbox differently. You need to understand how it will behave on the grass in terms of different turns. And this is bump where you need to brake, at least I need to brake. It's basically, this is the only speed check. All other stuff are pretty easy and not hard, especially if you're not really fast. So medium normal track, which potentially would be in ZSL. Obsidian Glowway. Well, it's a neon track. There is not a lot of neon, but it's really fast and wide track, which is I like. And which I don't like, it's the bland jump to the second part of the track. And I spend most of my attempts just trying to jump over and land in perfectly, not like losing wheels or something like that. After that, I believe no matter what the speed you have, it will be enough to do this ripple loop. And after it, you have really interesting situation. You have 3 different finishes. So the first one, I believe the riskiest one, it's all about your speed after the loops. If you're enough speed, you can manage it. And second and third, basically saved finishes, just sliding from the hill into one of them. Fun track by schmxrg, and now we're watching how he doing this track, and I'm really sorry for pronouncing his nickname. So he do this track really fun. When I watch how he do it, I found some new elements that I can do, especially this one, wall ride. It's helped me to understand where I can gain more time and do it like 49 or 50. My usual time on this track is like 52, 51, but with wall ride I think I can do better and faster. But it's really fun track. Mountain Rhine by Hafk and Nathan. This is the last track, and this track was submitted not in Discord but to the Steam. This is a snow, and this is, for me, it's really long track, and it's not intuitive driving. Yeah, I found this word. So I spent several attempts to find the way, and sometimes you want to steer differently and turn on another direction, so I spent a couple attempts just to find the way. But the way itself, it's pretty easy. There's no speed checks, there's no any problematic elements. Yeah, there's some obstacles, but they're all really manageable and doable, and nothing hard in such tracks. And before we switch to the second part, guys, I have one request for afters. Please read the rules, because out of 75, I believe like 8 or 10 won't be eligible for ZSL because of after time restriction, blocks restriction, or maybe that people just name tracks wrong. So please read rules and then submitted tracks. Okay guys, this part I will be recording live, because it's all part where I didn't finish all this level for different reasons, and still just want to show you all of them, all 75 tracks total. Guys, 75, I believe this is the most numbered or posted track for ZSL round. So, okay, so Sidao, I'll pronounce it right, done track in his style. New style, we've seen a couple of such tracks from last ZSL and posted on weekly basis. So it's narrow checkpoints, wide angles with some different surfaces and poles to make you feel worse that you are, because you're hitting them a lot. So I just go fast for it. You can do it really slow. You can just do it like, I don't know, 50-60, because it's all natural descent you're doing by the gravity. There's no like a lot of upper stuff, and until the last moment, until the last checkpoint, but we will come to that. So track, and it's too long. I would say my preference, it's my personal preference, all gravity tracks shouldn't be longer than like 40 seconds, you know, because you don't have a lot of speed and you need to brake sometimes, and yeah, so it's way too long and you have so many attempts, so few attempts to finish such track, and I think this is bad. I'd rather have like 10-15 attempts at least, and in this case you have, if you do all right and from one like first attempt, it's like and beat after time, which is also not easiest way. If you're doing like first or second time, it's like basically 5 attempts overall. So yeah, so we're on the last checkpoint, and this is where it's get tricky. So you need at least some speed gaining from here, going into the last checkpoint, and here you need to do jump. I didn't check, is it possible to squeeze here, but probably not. And you need to jump, and you need specific amount of speed for that. And my problem, if I have enough speed, I over jumped and crash in here, so or in the pole and lose wheel and lose momentum, and I can't be. And then check like finish line, also basically big speed check. So you need to maintain speed after jump, go in here, and 2 ways. Either you have a lot of speed and you can squeeze here into the finish, or go around losing speed and still got to the finish. So I didn't manage, and people in the lobby, in 2 different lobbies, in 2 different days, like around 20 people, no one finished this track in 7 minutes. So I believe it was long. So yeah, let's go to the next one. And sunny day, another painful track. I didn't finish it. The problem here is how this track rearranged. You see, it's a lot of pieces and they're not aligned with each other, so you need to find trajectory. Personally, I didn't finish, but people in the lobby, more experienced people, are done it, so I believe it's doable, it's possible, but still really hard, especially if you're talking about like mass majority of people, not like say like 10% of playing people in ZSL. So you're starting here, going here, you can cut this part just jumping correctly. Usually it's because it's near the start, you have a lot of tries to do it, and at some point you manage it. Then this transition where you need to like bounce from one, then go up, then again not losing your wheel, go into this road. Not hard part, just managing your soulbox on this range, and then yet again not perfect align stuff, so you're bound, you're losing speed again. Then some kind of half pipe when you need, again, you need to be really precise to jump over and not crash, and you need to maintain speed, because if you will have more speed than you need, you will fly over. So going here, then it's become not so hard. Jump, U-turn, main speed, and then another jump, which also like speed and preciseness, if it's a word, a precise jump, then another one, then U-turn with obstacles, which force you, I believe, go from inside or outside. Outside more risky for me, but it's more beneficial. Then another jump and two not so perfectly aligned road into the finish. Painful track. I saw like 1 or 2 people finish it, so I don't like it, and I hope it won't be in ZCL. But as not ZCL track, as like some kind of khaki or technical try this out track, it's good. You can grind all over and over for this, but not for like vast majority of people. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, escape section. I never thought that it will be, when I saw this, it has really nice scenery. It's really interesting track. It's decent length, like 40 seconds. I love it. And first I didn't think that it will be hard, because it starts not hard, it's fine, it's all doable, but then this turn happened. So you need to arrange, and then you need to jump, somehow jump here and go in there. So you probably say, okay, just brake and go, it's not a problem. Yes, but after that you have the loop, which basically speed check, and if you brake, any brake, or I don't know, like maybe it's again skill issue, but when I brake and manage to do it, I never have enough speed to do this loop, going down, then again jump. So you still need to some speed, you need to not bounce on this wavy part, then go and jump. I believe you need to jump here, like way over here. Then it's not really hard track, it's just waving blind turns, going down, and another jump into the finish. So yet another speed check. So I personally don't like. As I said, my skill issue was even on the start. I spent like a lot of time, like 20 minutes, and never managing. And people from lobby, they just said, okay, I won't be doing it, and just leave the lobby. So it is what it is. Let's go to the next one. So Boneyard. This track is a little bit tricky, because it's just my personal opinion. I don't like it because of the basically first hard element, but some people in the lobby enjoy this because saying wow, it's tricky, and I believe it was saying by people who were really experienced, or like say pro guys, because I believe they love such elements. And one benefit from, well, one plus that I can say about this trick is that this is almost at the beginning, so you don't spend a lot of time and to grind it, but basically it's grinding ramp. I hope I pronounce it right. So you need to jump from here over here to another checkpoint, then jump and slide, grind on this pole, or I don't know, surface, then go here, doing half ramp checkpoint, then going down, and from that point it's not really hard track, it's just managing and doing, if you have enough speed, from like doing this small wall ride, then jump to this checkpoint. You still have enough speed to jump here. Maybe the problem will be more speed than you need, because you can then hit the tunnel. Sorry, my controller had disconnected. Then not perfectly aligned pipe, you need to go sideways to outside of the pipe, then jump here and into the finish. I didn't manage done it from this part. I don't know, it's hard, it's so annoyingly hard for me, so I personally don't like this part. Okay, so that was all level of gravity. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.